everybody? So we all know that Henry Cavill was a big draw for the Witcher series, not just because of his acting prowess, but because of his love and adoration for the games and the books. But as the show went along, the fans started to notice that they weren't exactly following the lore, and it began to percolate that Henry Cavill wasn't happy with the direction that they were going with the show. So ultimately, he left. And when that happened, it was the slow degrading of the Witcher series. Now we get to see the numbers and see how hard this is affecting the show and the attempts that the showrunner and advertisers are taking to make sure that you know that Henry Cavill is still in the show while not being a part of it anymore. But this one's coming from Game Rant or Screen Rant. The Witcher series, The Witcher Season 3's viewership crisis, down 50% on Season 2, dropped 60% from Episode 1 to Episode 5. And that's huge. That's a huge decline. Henry Cavill's departure may have already affected The Witcher Season 3, as its viewership declines compared to Season 2 continues to wane, by Adam Bentz. The Witcher Season 3 hits another snag as its viewership declines compared to Season 2, based on the book series by Andrzej Sapkowski. Netflix's fantasy adaptation follows the magically enhanced monster Geralt of Rivia and his adventures throughout the continent alongside the sorceress Yennefer of Vengerberg, Princess Ciri, and jovial bard Jaskier. Long before the first 5 episodes of Season 3 were released on June 29th, Henry Cavill made the shocking announcement he would be leaving the show and replaced by Liam Hemsworth starting with Season 4. Now a week after The Witcher Season 3 Part 1 was released on Netflix, Samba TV statistics via Deadline shows its viewership declining. A total of 1.1 million US households watched the Season 3 premiere, which is fairly strong, which I'll agree. However, it's a 15% decrease compared to the 1.3 million households that watched the Season 2 premiere. Over the next 4 episodes, audience interest continued to decline. Only 893,000 households tuned in to Episode 2, which is nuts, which decreased to 750,000 for Episode 3, 602,000 for Episode 4. Episode 5 dwindled to less than half the Season 3 premiere with 505,000 household views. That's nuts. Declining viewership is just the latest snag the show has hit after the Witcher Season 3's audience score tanked, both of which can likely be attributed to Cavill's departure, which I would 100% agree with that, since he embodies Geralt perfectly. Now, the announcement that Cavill would be leaving the show after Season 3 has resulted in much backlash from The Witcher's dedicated fan base, which appears to be carrying over into Cavill's final season. This and strong disapproval of the series diverging from its source material seems to be what's driving the declining viewership. And I would have to agree. And we have another article that we're going to get into in just a second. And this one that we're looking at is going to be coming from Forbes. Netflix throws Liam Hemsworth under the bus in a desperate marketing bid for The Witcher Season 3. And that's so unfortunate because he's going to be the one that's taking the mantle after, Season 3 is done with. And I really think they're breaking Season 3 into 2 parts to kind of, extend the inevitable, really. And this is coming to us from Eric Kane. Netflix must be feeling really desperate at this point. Season 3 of The Witcher is generating little to no buzz, good or bad, and fans of the show, once so passionate, either out of excitement in Season 1 or distress after the release of Season 2, appear to simply be tuning out. Much of that is due to the myriad of problems with the writing and changes to the source material that made Season 2 such a disaster. But the real nail in the coffin for this show was the announcement that the star Henry Cavill will be leaving after Season 3, replaced by Liam Hemsworth. And again, man, it's nothing against Liam Hemsworth, but with Geralt, see, so interchangeable. But with Henry Cavill, he expressed such love for the source material that fans trusted Henry Cavill to be there and show up and to give his best performances. He really developed a rapport with the people who were watching, and with him exiting, a lot of those people were exiting too. And I wrote a blog about this. People who were fans of The Witcher and people who were on the peripherals, who knew about The Witcher but hadn't read the books or played the games. I would say that especially those on the peripheral were tuning in because Cavill was the draw. He was coming off of, Superman. So, he was a big name at the time. Cavill was universally beloved by fans of the books, games, and the show, embodying the role of the titular Witcher perfectly. The British actor's enthusiasm for the source material was infectious. Cavill's co-star Anya Chalotra, who plays the sorceress Yennefer, recently said of Cavill, and before I get into what she said, there were articles coming out talking about how Cavill was a toxic fanboy on set. And, he was also always holding up production because he wanted to put his 2 cents in. And, no one really believed that. And later on, they came out and retracted that because it turned out to not be true because, co-stars like Anya Chalotra and, the girl who played Ciri, I can't remember her name right now, came out in defense of Henry Cavill. Henry's very involved in his understanding and portrayal of this character, and it's something that he's always been so passionate about from day one about these characters in this story. That's all I've ever known is this dedication to Geralt into this narrative. When asked if it was quite intense to work, that seems like a veiled word for toxic or whatever. To work with someone who is also such a huge fan, the actress replied, "No, it's a breath of fresh air to have someone to work with that loves the material. It really is, because he knows more than anyone about the world of The Witcher and all the rules and regulations and the terms in Witcher knowledge. He's up there. So to work with that is a blessing because there are days when you might disbelieve the world a little bit more than the next. And he's there to go, hang on, we've got this." So let's get to the billboard that they put up. It's really quite a disservice to Liam coming in, and man, it's with a show that could have been great. They really just tore it down little bit by bit. But let me see where they put this this quote here for their advertising. All right, so we found the quote. We found what they're putting up on billboards. Now Cavill is gone, and Netflix wants you to know it. Posting these images of landmarks around the UK with the beamed words, "Yes, he's still Geralt in season 3," referring to Henry Cavill, on their surfaces. Not only does this smack of desperation, it's a pretty crappy thing to do to Liam Hemsworth. I wonder how the new Geralt feels when he sees these. I wonder how Netflix will market season 4. He's not Geralt anymore, but this other guy is. What a joke. What a tragedy. So after the fall of the support, the gaslighting of fans, and above all else, disregarding the source material, this show is dying a slow, painful death, and they have no one else to blame but themselves. Let me know what you think about all that in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Till next time, keep it casual. Peace.